Hi everyone, it is Hannah from Supplies for Candles, and today I am going to do some wick testing, which I thought I would do a video about just to help you guys. If you've ever tried wick testing, it's something that is probably one of the most difficult parts of a candle maker's journey. It's actually quite tricky to get right. There's almost like a triangle between the wax, your container, and the right wick, and your fragrance. So that's a triangle or a square? That's a square. These come in brown and black, and they're also available in 20cl and 30cl sizes. Today I'm using the 20cl. This kind of pattern is really trending at the moment. Personally, I absolutely love the black, and because of the clear glass that the pattern overlays, you will see the flame burn all the way down these. So these are a really nice one to consider adding to your range. The wax that I'm going to be testing is our CocoPro Container Wax. If you haven't already seen, this wax is absolutely, honestly incredible for a container wax. My favorite blend that we have at Supplies for Candles. It is so easy to work with. I can hand on heart say, as a candle maker, it's so tricky finding your wax, but this just ticks all the boxes. And the biggest thing about it is it's in pellet form. Normally waxes, you know, when you get them in blocks and you have to chip them to weigh them, etc., you can just pour this. It's so easy to weigh and measure. Plus it's really good for giving a smooth top first pour. Again, normally you're having to remelt to avoid sinkholes and things like that. So this wax is incredible. I really recommend it if you haven't tried it already. Have a look on the website. We have a wick sizing guide or chart, which I will insert into the video at this point now. So you can see that because these vessels are 7 centimeters or 70 millimeters in diameter, that corresponds to a row of wicks that is recommended on our wick sizing chart. So because they are 70 millimeters, I have picked up the corresponding row of wicks. So I have got the TCR 2716, the Stabilo 12s, and the LX 16s. Okay guys, so I am melting my wax, so I'm going to let that melt. While that melts, I'm going to wick up one of each colour container with 2 of each wick. So I'm going to do a brown and a black jar with a TCR, a Stabilo in a brown and black, and an LX wick in a brown and a black vessel. So I'm going to have 2 of each. Melt my wax, add my fragrance. The nice thing with CocoPro is that it has a really low melting point as well, so it's really fast to melt. I would pour this at around between 45 and 50. That's a personal tip and trick. I always pour around 5 degrees higher than the recommended temperature. The reason being, your wax cools really quickly. By the time you get to your last candle, it can go a bit sludgy. So that's just a personal thing. So yeah, I'm gonna get those poured, let them set with my wick stabilizers, and then we're gonna come back and test them afterwards. Okay guys, so this is the final result after melting for a couple of hours and blowing the wicks out. Final decisions on these wicks. I'm not gonna lie, this wax, this is what I mean by how good this wax is. I would actually say all 3 of these are acceptable. I will hold them up to the camera. So, as you can see, we've got a nice even melt pool. It's burnt all the way to the edge, so we're not gonna get any tunneling. So this one looks really nice. That's the TCR. The Stabilos haven't quite got to the edge, but I'm not offended by that. That is not that much wax. I honestly think if that was burning for a little bit longer, it would probably reach the edge. And I don't think that's anything that's going to cause major issues or major tunneling. So I don't have an issue with the Stabilos. And same for the LXs. Again, there's a little bit of unmelted wax at the edge, but nothing that I think is going to cause major tunneling. And as you can see, look how smooth those resets are for all the wicks. That's what I was talking about when I said that the CocoPro gives such a nice first pour. You get a smooth top when you first pour the candle, and you get a really nice reset as well. So yeah, absolutely love that wax. And out of the three, I personally think I would go for the TCR 2716 in a 20 cl tortoise shell container glass on this occasion. But any of those options work really well, and I think that's a credit to the wax on this occasion. My fragrance was at 8% as well, just for anyone that's wondering about my formula. I used the C fragrance oil, which is also available on the Supplies for Candles website. And I hope that was helpful and just gives you a guide into how I go about wick testing. So you want to make sure that you are taking notes, do multiple jars per wick. Write down your melt pool, make sure that you're checking the melt pool depth. Has it reached the edge of the container? Does it reset nicely? And make your judgment based on that. And make sure you write your notes down, because then you can refer back to them at a later date. But on this occasion, TCR 2716 is the wick that I would go for with this blend.